tonight after months of accusations, counter-accusations and defense of an Indian conglomerate, the Adani Group. President William Ruto has cancelled all engagements with the Adani Group affecting two critical projects affecting the transport and energy sectors of the country worth a combined 356 billion shillings. Addressing a joint sitting of Parliament, President Ruto has cancelled the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport expansion project, which was at an advanced stage of consideration. He has also ended the building of electricity transmission lines by the Adani Group, a project that was to cost 95 billion shillings in a public-private partnership arrangement. The president attributed his decision to new information received from partner states, now directing the two ministries to move with speed and identify alternative partners to execute the projects. Stephen Leto reports.
President William Ruto has put the last nail on the proverbial coffin of the Adani deal, an arrangement that will have handed East Africa's largest international airport, as well as the Kenya electricity transmission company Ketraco, to the Indian-based firm. President Ruto telling the bicameral parliament that new information from investigative agencies and partner nations were key determinants.
Honourable members, I have stated in the past and now reiterate today that in the face of undisputed evidence or credible information on corruption, I will not hesitate to take decisive action.
Subsequently, President Ruto told MPs that the Kenyan government has arrived at a decision to end Adani deals in Kenya, both at the aviation and energy sectors.
I have directed agencies within the Ministry of Transport and the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum to immediately cancel the ongoing procurement process for JKI expansion public-private partnership transaction, as well as the recently concluded Ketraco transmission in public.
The Adani deals were already facing parliamentary scrutiny, with the Public Investment Committee on Commercial Affairs bringing in Auditor General Nancy Gathungu to conduct a forensic audit Thursday morning, hours before the president delivered his State of the Nation address. Energy CS Opiyo Wandayi had appeared to lean towards continuation of the Adani Ketraco deal, despite indictments in bribery and corruption in America.
The second limb of that question is, could these bribery or corruption claims have a bearing on our own process? To my knowledge, Honorable Chair, there has been no case of corruption or bribery insofar as this PIP of Adani Energy Solutions is concerned.
And immediately commence the process of onboarding alternative partners, because these are important projects. Honourable members, the work of taking our nation forward is our collective responsibility as citizens. For this reason, we value the contribution of all, whether they come in the form of support or encouragement, suggestion or proposal, criticism or protest.
The president defended the Adani Ketraco deals in October, with ODM leader and AUC candidate Raila Odinga having defended the deals a few days before the president.
The Adani Group are investing in the transmission line, their money, 95 billion. We would have otherwise gone to borrow that money, burden the people of Kenya. This is now a private sector investment, the same way Keshan here is a private sector investment, the same way Sosian is a private sector investment. We will pay for that transmission line using a wheeling charge that has been negotiated.
Adani company conglomerate is worth over $200 billion. It cannot be an Adani gate. Deal with the issues as they are. If some people have made mistakes, let them own up that they made some mistakes. But do not begin to condemn innocent.
With the Adanis now forced to take off, President Ruto has called for high standards of procurement, devoid of corruption and suspect dealings. With President William Ruto's administration having faced public condemnation over the private-public partnership, particularly with the Adani Group, he has now moved to restore public confidence. But the question is, how much will the constellation cost the taxpayer. Stephen Leto, Citizen TV, Parliament Buildings, Nairobi.
Back to the House, members of Parliament have lauded President William Ruto's decision to cancel Adani deals, saying the move will restore public confidence in the executive. The lawmakers, however, called on the national government to take seriously the challenges in the education sector and in the implementation of the new healthcare insurance scheme.
Whether it is JKIA or even the ones relating to energy, they were all under procurement process, and the negotiations had not even begun. For JKIA, what we were still doing was the due diligence. And so, to me, it is timely, it is stopped at a time when we don't have any legal challenges, no issues. Actually, this is part and parcel of the process of procuring through PIP, what we call public engagement and also due diligence.
Public-private partnership is not new to Kenya. The SGR, the Express Highway, majority of our power producers are on PPP. So we can still go back, do due diligence, get a reputable firm, because we must fix our airport.
From day one, the Adani deals were suspect. The Adani deals were wrongly placed, wrongly centered, and wrongly oriented. And therefore, what the president has done is to be accountable to the concerns of the people of Kenya.
President Ruto is coming out as a listening president, and this administration is changing the way they engage with the members of the public.
Takeaway is the issue of Adani. I think that the issue of Adani has been a very major thorn in the flesh of Kenyans in the context of public trust and the contact that we have seen with JKIA and the fears that were there.
The moment Adani has been indicted in America, it technically means that Adani cannot continue dealing with Kenya.
We should also extend to health, because we are aware that Adani was engaged in other public-private partnership.
Tukianzia hii ya Adani, Rais amewaonyesha Wakenya kwamba nimesikia sauti zenu, hii maneno ya Adani yote tuyafutilia mbali.
The state of the nation is as follows. Kenyans are hungry, Kenyans are broke, children and the education system is broken.
With a very low inflation of 2.7% is a big indicator of our economic growth. With a GDP of 5.6%, it's also a big indicator of economic growth.
And I want to appreciate him for mentioning increment in agricultural production.
At the same time, President William Ruto has defended his administration's universal health coverage program, now named Taifa Care, as an essential program that will ensure the poor and vulnerable gain access to quality health care. The president says the government is moving to clear debts owed to healthcare providers as the ship steadies. On education, the president says the troubles bedeviling the second oldest university, Moi University, are squarely out of internal mismanagement issues.